Hello.
Welcome to the low budget LCS. Vega fucking sliding in exactly at the right moment. Beautiful.
No way.
Dude, legit perfect.
I just sat down.
Did you really?
Said hello, and you were live.
Dude.
I walked straight in the door, took my shoes off, and sat down.
Oh my god, that's beautiful. Did you see my message? I told you don't rush. Chew your pizza.
Oh, I rushed. Hold on. I gotta turn my camera on.
Please, let me see the
Until
goodness.
I got home.
Hold on.
I'm going to open.
Wait.
Let me know when you're here.
Okay, yes.
Opening this as I get home as a little celebration for myself.
Dude, you earned it. You absolutely earned it.
For people who don't know, a friend of ours moved today in New York City, and that is always a huge debacle. And I'll tell you what, it wasn't that bad. Because they didn't, one good thing about New York, I've got a small apartment, so there's not a ton in them. But they had one of those purple mattresses, and I call them the boneless mattresses. Because when you try to move them, it's a nightmare because they just flop everywhere. You can't hold. They have no handles. They have nothing else. Blah blah blah. And also, they put a mattress cover on it, like a plastic one. So then, like moving it, you can't hold it. So that was a nightmare. But outside of that, it did not go that bad.
I never have moved a purple mattress before, but I've seen advertisements for them all over the place, and this is really good to know. The next time I get a mattress, that if I get one, it will be very difficult to move.
Yeah, they're a nightmare. Buy a new mattress. That's what I would tell people. Actually, best advice you could ever get is movers. But we're in draft.
We are in draft, but we're all good. We can settle into it. For the folks at home, we have an incredible matchup for you tonight. Commercial Group C, Naughty Dogs versus Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. Some excellent players on the Rift today. We're excited to get through it, and we're 100% in draft. Honestly, almost all the way through draft. We've got most of the composition here in front of us.
Yeah, I like this so far because these are all champions that we know. There's nothing really crazy yet, right? We see Jinx, Melio, very nice combination. We have the Ashley only on the other side. Obviously, Melio very good. Now we've got some Engage in the Wukong and the Jarvan, and then Mordekaiser Galio around. I really like Naughty Dog's comp so far. Really great backline damage. Jarvan, a great carrier of the Galio into it, but also if you try to overdive that Jinx, Galio safety, Melio safety, and Mordekaiser kind of to separate that fight. If somebody gets too fed, they get put in timeout. But on the other side, similarly, I love the dive, right? Wukong, Leona, Ashe. Melio can only cleanse but so much, you know what I mean? Ziggs, high damage champion. If you get a lead as you can with a high diving comp, easy to knock down towers, and the Skarner to round out the comp. Big bruiser, tanky boy, very hard to kill. Jinx early on isn't going to buy, armor pin or anything like that. And they don't really have heavy magic damage. Galio kind of indexes into more of a tanky build nowadays. So, doggone it, I love both these comps.
Yeah, man, these are looking really sick. I am excited to see it all play out. Wow, I had a whole thing ready. Did it save? God damn it. I had a whole thing ready so I didn't have to type out Louisiana a bunch of times. But I'm going to get these predictions up. Oh, would you look at that? It's saved right here.
Yeah.
Oh.
Some people would say that these teams are off the chain. I'm going to try to make as many dog puns as possible tonight.
Yeah, of course. Absolutely. It's easy. And listen, I know that we've... listen, these teams were so prepared that they started draft essentially the second that the clock hit 8:30. So mine came rough, damn straight. So listen, bet while you can. Well, maybe we'll have some more people swinging through for game 2, but that timer's set for 10 minutes. You've got time to bet on these excellent teams right here as they go to war. Oh yeah, Vega, I do have some fun facts here. One of the fun facts is that Uwufi is operating on 3 hours of sleep, as they're saying in chat right now. Slept for 3 hours, then worked for 13. Now they are here to play this game. That's an athlete going above and beyond for their team, pushing themselves physically and mentally to the limits right here, and just showing that they are willing to show up.
That's amazing. That's actually crazy. That is dedication.
Absolutely. And as a guy who's on episode 3 of Hayuku, that volleyball anime, teamwork means a lot to me right now. So, you know, that's beautiful. And you're drinking a Bang Energy. Perfect. I'm sipping on a sugar-free Red Bull.
I have a Modelo that was given to me for helping move.
Listen, moving gifts, pizza and beer, the sort of prearranged social contract.
That is what it is, you know? And at the end of everyone, I'm being like, never ask me to do this again.
Yes.
This is the last time. Buy movers next time. And then agreeing, yeah, I'll help you next time.
Yeah, 100%. It's just, you know, if you've got friends, eventually you will be called on there to serve on the front line of moving. Beautiful. All right.
Beautiful, beautiful.
Do you want to be in the lobby? Do you want?
I can just spectate off it. No one has to jump out. I can just spectate off.
Perfect.
Luffy's a regular on the friends list, so I can always just snab that one up.
Perfect. Gotta say, a lot of Oh shit. They smell blood in the water, dude.
I shouldn't have said I had a Modelo. Okay, all right, hold on.
I know, man. I gotta say, I really enjoy Modelo. I really enjoy Modelo PBR. I don't have the finest or, you know, refined tastes up here, but...
and I'm like, don't have a lot of oxygen to my brain, so I'm moving, so it's gonna hit extra hard. I will say this. I have grown to really, and people can hate me if they want to. I don't care about their booze. I've seen what makes them cheer. A Corona. I drink a lot of Corona now. Not a lot, not alarming. But if I drink, it's usually Corona now. I don't know why. That's just always what is like cheap beer around me. It used to be Yingling.
Ooh,
I used to drink Yingling all the time.
Yeah.
Now it's Corona.
Yeah, I never Rescued likes Corona. Listen, you're in good company.
I like it. It's light. I can drink a couple over like a Saturday, like sitting outside or something like that.
That's what I like.
Bloated.
Yeah, I like a light beer. You know, I never got into the IPA thing. Nothing against it, but it just never clicked with me, and I'm kind of glad that we're kind of out of that phase.
I definitely was a young single guy going through the IPA phase.
the craze that swept the nation.
Yeah, I definitely did that. Now I have developed, you know, in my 30s, I've developed my like palate of what I like.
Yes.
If it's like, obviously I like Corona as a beer. If I get a mixed drink, a lot of times a whiskey sour. I really like a good whiskey with egg whites. A whiskey sour with egg whites.
Wow.
That's like the way to go, I think.
Wow. I'm gonna have to try that.
Very good. It gives it just that perfect amount of like creaminess.
Interesting.
You can't really taste the egg. You can't really taste it, but it gives it a nice little froth to it. And then I think moonshine. I'm from the South. I always love some moonshine. We're trying to just drink.
Really? You're a moonshine man.
I will drink some moonshine. And some whiskey. I think I have. Hang on. Someone for my birthday just gave me. I got some Woodford Reserve Kentucky Straight Bourbon.
Oh,
very good.
Oh, I was just at a friend's bachelor party, and one of the things we did was we had a nice little whiskey tasting, and we had Japanese whiskey, Indian whiskey, We had some Lagavulin.
I love Lagavulin.
It was so I'm a little sugar
different.
slut. I like sweet drinks. I don't have that, powerful, tough palate. And it knocked me on my ass. It was so peaty. It was so
Oh yeah.
fucking.
Do you drink it out of the little Lagavulin like glass thing that sometimes they have?
I don't know.
A special glass for it.
I don't know if we did that. But does the glass, is it like a certain shape or does it add?
It's like it's like a. I have no idea how to explain this shape.
I'm gonna Google this because you've piqued my curiosity.
Just Google like Lagavulin glass.
Oh yes,
yeah,
I totally.
Like that. It's supposed to be so you can almost like roll it around in it.
Oh.
Someone told me that. I've never done it with that. When I tasted it, they did not have that, but I've heard people talk about it.
We did not have this spectacular glassware. I'll try anything though, even if
also,
I'm certain wine. I won't like it.
I'll drink any wine, really.
Yeah.
That's part of. I used to really not like wine.
Sure.
Now, I'll say this. White wine, fine, pretty much anytime dinner. So even a red wine at dinner.
Sure.
Red wine is the dangerous one. I don't know what it is, what the science is behind being red wine drunk. That is different than being drunk on other stuff.
I feel like I'm gonna have to conduct some tests on this. I'll let you know. I'll do 3 different wine nights.
Yeah, I just know several people. I can kind of notice it, but I know several people that someone will be making like a dumb joke and they're like, "Oh, he's red wine drunk." Every time he drinks red wine, he's like blah blah blah. There's something to it. There's got to be something to it.
Gotta be. We'll get to the lab. We'll figure it out for the folks at home. We'll come back to you. Release our peer-reviewed research.
What a great segue.
Yes, yes, a perfect segue. Rescued cheering on Michelob Ultras as well.
Can't go wrong with the Michelob Ultra. You know what's funny? I was going to tell you about this.
Please.
Since we have 1 minute left.
Yeah. Let's soak up our time.
When I'm from North Carolina. It's a southern state. There's plenty of southern, things there. When I grew up young, my family loved NASCAR. I was never really that into it. Now in New York City, there's no one like that. I've bought like a Dale Earnhardt shirt.
Oh my God.
I have like a trucker cap. I'm like,
I love that, man.
I'm embracing my Southern heritage because there's no competition, right? To them, when I open my mouth, they're like, "Are you from Texas?"
That's spectacular.
Zodiac, for the uncultured, the South goes as far north as Bojangles. Once there's no Bojangles, you're no longer in the South.
I have been to one. Well, actually, maybe I'm about to reveal my ignorance here. I've been to one NASCAR race, but it was in New Hampshire, which I believe is.
Well, we're getting some spice at level 1.
Holy shit, we are. Look at these guys, Louisiana Tech Bulldogs. Drifting around the corner right here. Let's see if they can find some trouble. Happy Death. Uh-oh, no connection on the Leona CC. Happy Death. Gonna get out of there. Also, Vega, let me know if I start to drift away from my microphone. I am casting for the first time ever standing up. I'm so excited.
Let's go!
Dude, I'm
so excited.
Guys, Vega recommended to me an incredible standing desk. I got it. I assembled it. It was awesome. It was like adult Legos. And I just have this fun new toy. I'm also a pacer. I like to move around a lot. When I'm playing board games, I'll frequently stand up and then go and sit back down in the chair. So I might end up on the other side of the room, but we'll see what happens. We will learn together.
I think the juice is flowing.
Exactly. Hashtag ad. Oh, I wish. That's the kind of sponsorship I'd jump at in a second. Oh, Happy Death. Just dancing on the line right here. Leona comes in. Ash auto attacks coming through. We got the slow on that. A pretty positive trade for LTB. Linoleum with those rockets trying to get some damage back. But I think Emilio's looking a little bit more hurt than the side of the Louisiana Tech Bulldogs.
Absolutely, good trade there. You like doing that early because Melio doesn't really have the tools yet. If you get one of those early potions out, it can mean a lot in a lane like this. Ashe loves to harass, right? She loves to spam those W's. She loves to deal that easy damage. I expect a lot of trading in this game. Also, Skarner in the jungle and Wukong top. I didn't get a chance to really talk about this because my own fault for talking about other things. But Wukong top, I actually think, is the preferable place for Wukong right now. The buffs kind of helping there. I think his itemization is very good. Now you see that? Oh,
that was beautiful. Buffering the engage. Linoleum's got these rockets. 3 rockets uncontested onto the Ashe right there, switching back to the minigun. That's really looking nice. That's looking pretty good for them. Ashe is actually looking really hurt.
Yeah, and the part of Melio that can be very tilting isn't even really getting bounced back for a lot of people. It's the slow afterwards, right? When you're kind of just like he kind of sits you down, and then you're sitting there slowed, and especially with somebody like Jinx, who that sets up a zap very easily, who can trail you when you get it.
Oh, the flash right away, overheated. Actually pulling the back of the tower, getting a little bit of the shield. Gets back to tower. That was close. Using the CC to pull them closer. Ballsy.
Yeah, that. Good play there to turn a little bit of that around, but that will mean the flash off the Mordekaiser and a base there. Gonna let Wukong push that wave in. Very good for Wukong. Now you get that early pressure on the Mord because we know how Mord is. If you leave Mord alone and he gets into these 1v1 situations, a lot of times Mord, if he's not touched, you really only want to gank him pre-6, right?
Right.
Because post-6, well, he's just going to take one of you away, and he forces a 1v1. So getting an early flash here, getting an advantage for your Wukong can be huge. Because now Wukong doesn't have to base yet, can hold that TP till he gets a better buy here. Meanwhile, only a cloth armor for the Mordekaiser, right? Doesn't get that optimal buy.
Yeah, absolutely. Oh, camera cutting down. There's been so much skirmishing in the bot lane. Look at this. Up here, overheated. Getting a pull. He's got Jarvan on the top side as well. They want to set something up. Junglers being pretty present here, already getting... I call that a gank. If you show up in a bush and you're there and there's the possibility of a gank, to me as a player, that counts. You gave some attention to my lane.
Yeah, I agree. I mean, pressure means a lot, right? Even if it's just like getting you a preferable trade, getting you a base, things like that. Just show in your face. You know, just remind them that you exist. They have to live now in fear. You might be there. You could be around.
Oh, speaking of fear, look at that once again. Being buffered by Melio. Traps are going to go down. Zap's going to connect with the Leona, switching to rockets. Linoleum gets some auto attacks off. Still a level down, though.
I'll tell you this. This Melio Jinx lane, the increased range on the rockets that you get from W, plus it's healing you and Aerie giving the shield. It is so hard to trade back.
Look at this. Urufi over the back wall right there. They've got the taunt as well, but do they have the damage? A quick flash from the Ziggs. Cut up to the top lane right here. Mordekaiser walking forward, gets some auto attacks off, but the cooldowns just aren't there. And surprisingly, nothing comes from the bot lane, though. The junglers on the minimap are about to run into each other. Can we get a camera cut? No, we can't. Nothing is happening. By the way, that's me just talking to a computer.
You might regank mid.
Yeah, absolutely. Uwufi back up here. He lands the CC. There's the auto attack. 2 more should do it. There it is. The flash and the first blood to Uwufi.
No surprise there. Uwufi known for the aggression. Will there be anything to counter? It does not look like it. This is a full HP Galio to deter the aggression there, but Uwufi is anything but passive. Anyone who's watched him play knows that, and that's great play. You get the flash, right? The best thing you can do after that is abuse the fact that that flash is down. Ziggs mid wants to get that wave out a little bit for TPing, maybe really close to getting that lost shaft, where we might have a gank bot.
Yes, we do. Skarnar's going to come in and going to grab that. Melio, bring him back. Ashe auto attacks. He's got to space himself out clearly right there. There's the cleanse from Linoleum. Ashe Q coming in. Ziggs as well. Double flashes to safety, burning the ignite as well. Naughty Dogs actually escaping.
That was really good play. Leona also holding the Q. Oh, another fight.
Yeah, Wukong coming in. The full engage right there. The flash, second charge. Shield here from Mordekaiser, but Andreas really showing us what he can do on this Wukong. He almost got Mord there.
Yeah, and that's exactly what we talked about early, right? Wukong gets to delay his base and get a preferable base on the Mordekaiser there. So now Mordekaiser's low in the lane. He didn't get quite the base, and Wukong gets level 6. He wasn't forced out of that lane early.
Yes, indeed. Also, the fucking Dino, I'll give you the full ad on the desk in between games. Just please remind me. And him, the guy, subbing with Prime with the very reasonable and real message of, wowee, I sure do love being here. I'm not at gunpoint. Well, that sounds like they're not at gunpoint, so there's nothing wrong there at all. And Kazdum saying that Melio getting banned game 2, probably at this point.
Yep. So far on point with that Melio. Melio can be one of the most frustrating champions to play against, especially if you're playing a double engage comp, right? You're playing Ashe, Leona, Melio isn't even level 6 yet to really show you how much he can peel for this Jinx. And early on here, great aggression across the map. Good job, though, both teams trading objectives. I think this does kind of favor what both teams kind of want. You kind of, since you're more the scaling comp, on the side of Naughty Dogs, you want to get these dragons. It means you don't have to get forced into an early dragon fight. Oh, a little bit of brawling here.
Yeah, he's
Gotta
got
be
that
careful of the ult.
Yeah, he's got it. He can pull him in. Overheated, just deciding that it's not worth it.
Yeah, and right now I want to give a shout out to, again, Oofy, who's not only been a ganking machine so far, but also farming extremely well on the Jarvan.
Yeah. No, you're absolutely right. And honestly, across the board, farm leads in favor of the Naughty Dogs. They're doing an impeccable job here with the basics, the fundamentals.
Yeah, we'll see how the gameplay is, because Wukong technically was a little bit stronger in this top lane before. Now that the ult is up for Mordekaiser, it gets a little bit more awkward. But it is 3 grubs over to them at the beginning here. This should mean probably a response on the next grub spawn from the side of Naughty Dogs, because you really don't want to give 6 grubs over to a Ziggs comp, right? Ziggs is already dangerous enough at taking towers. You really don't want to give him the ability to get all that bonus damage on towers. 3 of 3 would be good for them, I believe. And meanwhile, we do have pre-6 here in the bot lane for Melio, and we do have Ashe Arrow.
Yeah, both ADCs have ult, but Ashe Arrow, I think that CC, definitively more useful, at least at that range.
Yeah, and there's that first plate going over to Ziggs there, and you see, even though it's a 1-0 lead in the farm leads we talked about, the gold lead's not crazy right now. A lot of that will be because of Ziggs' ability to get those plates in mid lane. We see it's pretty much even in gold despite the farm lead in mid. That's going to be big. That's something to watch in this game, right? Is how much Ziggs is able to get these towers, how much they're able to move them on a ward here, but...
Oh! Grabs him in the middle of the charge right there. Mordekaiser going to go for the 1v1 as his buddy walks up here to the top lane. Woofy going to engage. That's going to be the clone, though. And Galio coming to party as well. Someone you don't know with the hero's entrance. Andreas goes over the wall, gets taken down. That is a double kill to the top laner.
It is, and also the Ashe Arrow invested, which means pressure off the bot lane right now a little bit. Not having that Ashe Arrow means you don't have that ranged engage that Melio can bounce you out of, right? Oh,
here we go. Leona coming in, finding the target onto Linoleum. That's going to be the cleanse and the Melio ult, and now they can turn. Maybe get some auto attacks in, maybe get these rockets down. But Leona just going to take the opportunity to get back in there. Ashe has got these auto attacks going in. That's the Ignite taking down onto Jinx as well, and they are dead and gone. Melio now the target, but they're going to be able to walk away. Very nice fight from Louisiana Tech.
Yeah, that's huge. They blow the cleanse and the ult on just the Leona engage without the Ashe Arrow. And I from the side of Naughty Dogs, they're like, oh, okay, cool, the Leona ult's down. But you got to forget, Leona has a lot of CC in her kit.
Yes.
So she's able to just re-engage that, and Ashe slow. It's so hard to deal with. Once they're on top of you, walking away is almost not an option. No flashes in the bot lane from the earlier play. And that's a big peel back, because the top side obviously swinging the way of Naughty Dogs there, but now the bot side swinging back in the way of Louisiana Tech there. And now, Ashe Arrow, it's a low cooldown. Leona, a low cooldown. Melio takes a while, so does Cleanse. You're going to have those tools available.
Yeah, absolutely. And you got to think that Louisiana Tech is happy about that, because, yes, the kill count is low right now, but there were a ton of resources invested in, I believe, 2 ganks into the bot lane that produced no kills. So the fact they're finding some traction there, obviously that's the game plan, right? They want to get their bot lane ahead. That's why they're spending so much energy in that lane. And getting a kill, that's a step towards their plan.
Oh, I love this from Louisiana Tech. They brought Leona up. They want to guarantee those grubs, the second grub spawn. They want Ziggs to have that. We saw off screen there, Ziggs got a second plate in the mid lane during the Galio plate top. So even though Galio, obviously a great play, the ult was insane, but Zig's still getting those plates, still getting that ticking up, and they are walking over to stop it, but they've already gotten 4 so far. They don't know about Leona yet.
No, they don't, and there she is. The ult comes in. Galio getting a massive taunt right there. Skarnar getting in the mix, and that's going to be Skarnar taking out Ash Arrow, slamming into the Jarvan right there, and Andreas is over the wall. 2 grubs up left. Rocket goes wide, doesn't connect with anybody. They're going to dive in. Leona seems to be the target. They think that maybe they can isolate her and take her out. Wait, what the fuck just happened? That's going to be a Woofy taken out, and now Wukong from the flank, from the backside, but Happy Death is here now too. We've got a support in the mix. There's a flash, overheated, getting a kill. Leona trying to dive back in with the Q. A 3v2, a flash away from Boldrin. Ziggs stuck in the pit right here. He draws a little bit of aggro. He's going to try and make it over the wall, and he does. But what a counter strike.
Absolutely. I thought in the beginning of that was just going to be a wash on the side of Naughty Dogs. They're able to return a kill there onto the Jarvan. Ziggs picks that up, but still, Mordekaiser 4-0 now. This is a big boy in the top lane.
Absolutely.
And obviously, and I was going to say, they do get the 4 grub spawns. So they do get where it spawns the little grubble tub, but still, 2 going over to the other side. They will be happy to at least deny that. Dragon already started.
Woofy wastes no time, just diving in right here. He's going to bring Galio, someone you don't know, catching Ash right here in a teleport with a flank too. That's going to be an Ash gone. Flash forward with Linoleum. He's going to take them down. That's going to be a double kill for Jarvan. Dragon is on the table. Naughty Dogs getting everything they want here.
Yeah, what I love also is they're so together about it. Every play, everyone's going in. They're full commit to whatever play they're on, even if it's not like the best play. Sometimes plays that aren't optimal can be good plays just because you're all on the same page and the enemy team is not ready for it. So far, Naughty Dog showing the bite.
Seriously. Whoa, Leona being dropped here. They want Woofy. Boldrin walking up. Oh, whoa! Back to the flag and drag. Going towards the Ziggs. Ulting onto him. Very nice escape here from the Ziggs, but Boldrin is going to get... God, that must have been the empowered auto attack. I'm not sure, but he just takes Jarvan out in an instant.
And I'll tell you, if you're on the side of Louisiana Tech, one of the people you want getting gold is this Ziggs. Ziggs is the one who can knock down these towers, right? If Mordekaiser's in a side lane, Ziggs can very easily all of a sudden collect a bunch of gold on the map.
Absolutely. And Vega, I tell you, plays are coming at us a mile a minute, but if we had the capability to replay, we would absolutely be looking at that grub fight again, because I completely agree. I love what Louisiana Tech did there, allocating the Leona up into that top side of the map, and that was very close.
Absolutely, and they do get the spawn there, are able to clear out some of this vision in the bot lane. Gonna get replaced. We all love that play, clearing a ward and seeing it immediately get replaced.
Oh yeah, you're paying the tax.
Exactly. Static shift is done. I believe it's been undone for a little bit on Asher, but oh,
Skarnar coming in. This Galio is pretty thick though. Someone you don't know is having a great game.
Yeah, I mean, it is very hard to play make against the Galio, especially since Galio goes more that tanky build now. Obviously, first item is going to be that tanky item. And you only have 1 item on your Ziggs right now. He's not really the type of champion who wants to burst a lot of times. He's the type of champion who kind of wants to wear you down in the lane, as you see right there. Slowly over time, you take a couple bombs. I mean, the ult does do a lot of damage.
Yeah.
If you get hit in the center. But he's more of a poking champion, wants to wear down resources, things like that. And ooh, top lane. Overheated says no more monkey business.
The damage coming out of this Mordekaiser is insane. It's like a third of his health every Q.
I know. I'm gonna test you tonight on how many you can withstand.
Please, endless. Keep them coming. Damn, overheat.
So much damage.
It's so much damage. Andreas, at this point, I feel like it's like you're not too far behind in farm. You've sort of died in these 2 team fights that have happened, but you're sort of looking to become a, have some horrifying effect in mid to late game team fights.
Absolutely, and they do get that first tower. Demolish and Leona, they're going to get a lot of damage onto the spot tower. They might be able to take it. Jinx is almost back here, but they have the Skarner set up, and I love this set. There's no flash on Jinx right here. She sniffs it out. Says, it's Leona standing on the other side of the tower. There's something amiss here.
Listen, Linoleum's an old hand. He's got that danger sense that a lot of League of Legends players have, where they can sniff out when they're about to be murdered.
Yeah, I mean, that's a really good read, right? Because the tower probably goes down regardless. No reason to force that. You're going to be safe farming your Jinx. It's not like you don't want to scale. You don't want to take this game later. And I love that. It looks like they're going to make the play towards the mid lane now. They want to keep this gold lead building here. Crash Bust and Grumble Thumbs, the army of children.
And look at that, Uwufi going right in. Happy Death here as well. They've got the Melio support. And Galio, combat Rift Herald charge right there. Knocking up the Leona. There's the Leona ult coming in. Uwufi coming in a second time. Cataclysm on top of them. But Ashe is here now. Auto attacks raining down. Oh, but they flash away. They're actually safe. Now it's Linoleum and Happy Death who are in trouble. But a low health Galio gonna come in, get 2 knockups. Jervin going back in anyways, and Linoleum lives. Galio goes down, but Jinx was excited. Gets a little bit slowed right there. Overheated in the 1v1 right here with the Ashe. Probably gonna be able to win that one because, yep, because of that right there. And once again, I mean, these fights back and forth, but it's Naughty Dogs who are coming out on top. And Uwufi is playing like a man who desperately needs to go to sleep.
Yes, he is. He is trying to get as fast out of this game as he can. Either win, loss, he's going in. And, you know, shout out right there to Boldrin for saying, no, you may have won the fight, but I am not giving you these juicy fruits. These are ours. They're in our jungle. They were allocated to us by Riot.
Yes, yes, absolutely. Oh, God, Rift Herald back. I always forget that there's an empowered back on that, and it's just such a nice quality life.
I keep building the boots to give it just because of the, you know, almost like hit of being like, oh, empowered recall. Yes! It's so good.
Khazad-dûm saying this Galio deserves a trophy or a kiss on the mouth. Khazad-dûm, why not both? I ask you that.
Nos dos.
Leona just sneaking around on top of a ward. That's all right. Uwufi gonna try and clear this out. We might have a fight on our hands. No, Leona doesn't connect with that CC. Gotta say, Dre play has also been excellent with these engages and re-engages. But speaking of, there we go. Uwufi going in, just dropping everything onto Boldrin, who does make it out, though. Massive taunt, massive suppression. That's the Skarner goal right there. But Overheated has shown up. That's 2 people down on the side of the Naughty Dogs. They're outnumbered now. Overheated looking quite low as Ashe finds the target. Galio's next. Linoleum in trouble. Can they get him? I don't know if they have the damage. Yes, they do. They get him. Not the damage. I meant the distance. But they found him, and now mid lane tower goes down, and boom! Gold practically even.
Yeah, I don't see how much they get off this Ziggs and 4 Grubs. They absolutely can delete towers. This should be an inner turret, I believe, will be all they get off this, but it'll be a dragon, an inner turret, the shutdowns. That is a lot of gold, and we're dead even after that fight.
Just insane, just like their team fights, back and forth. These 2 teams are just so well matched right here, taking the dragon as well. Louisiana Tech knows that, well, they've got this pocket of time. They need to do everything they can to get money and stats.
And I'll say, it's been a little bit of a rough start to the game for Skarner here for Botsum. But that fight, if we had the power replay, I'm pretty sure that was a 4-man Skarner ult.
Yes, it totally
to start the fight. Yeah,
yes.
He gets almost the whole team locked down in there for the Ziggs ult, and that pretty much wins the fight because so much damage piles into the middle of that Ziggs ult. And even though they do have Galio, Galio has armor items right now. That Ziggs ult does so much damage.
Absolutely, and I want the people at home to just sort of in their mind replay the fight very slowly, because the first thing we talked about was Boldrin surviving the engage, and Uwufi dropped everything on them. That was a flag drag into the Cataclysm with a smite on top of it. Hey, Jarvan's ult is Cataclysm, right?
Yes.
All right, great, because I've been saying that for a while now. Sick. So he drops everything on him. Perfect combo, but Ziggs is able to make it out. Blast cones himself to safety, and then turns and just drops the mother load on the full team. And yeah, I do think you're right. That was a 4-man Skarner ult.
They're right back in this game now. 2 items on Ziggs, 2 items on Ashe. Very strong now. So much cash in. And now, you know, Ziggs is in the bot lane. He's going to be able to harass it. Kind of just safe wave clear, right? This is what you want.
Absolutely. By the way, I love the energy that Rescued is bringing to the chat. Just sort of the desperate, please no. I'm all my schmeckles. I don't want to lose them. Yeah, I get it.
Join us in the unemployment line.
Yes. Yes, yeah, I feel like every other time I talk to you, you're like, I've bet 200 schmickles.
I'm either really high or really low.
Yes.
Usually what happens is game 1, I'm like, I'm rich. Game 2, I'm like, oh, well, no. And then game 3, I forget to bet.
Yes, you're very generous with your schmeckles.
I want to stimulate the economy.
Exactly. Lots of small businesses rely on the price of the schmeckel. Dre play walking around the corner right here. Happy Death showing up. Now, Linoleum is here. This is a choke point, but Ash is here as well. Someone you don't know. Walking around the corner. Does the boy have ult? Yes, he does. Uwoofy could flag and drag in, but he doesn't land the knock-up. Rocket just for good measure. Linoleum's letting him know they can.
I was gonna say, getting in Jinx ult, oh, Jinx already ult, but getting into execute territory, and once Jinx gets that first kill, fights go way different. But I love how both teams, it's like a black hole, right? Well, what's a positive one? I don't know. Once something starts happening on the map and pressure, they all, almost like a drain.
A serendipitous cascade.
Yeah, they all immediately start cascading to the fight. I love this read by Ziggs. Ult the wave, deny the dive.
Yes.
Do not let them set this wave up to dive you. You want to be able to, now Skarner's here to cover.
And I love also that just throwing the little mines out, sort of cutting off a potential escape route if the fight pops off. God, these teams are good.
Yeah, both teams right now playing this game out very well. I will say one good thing that Naughty Dogs has done is despite that last fight, they've maintained pressure, right? They're dictating the map right now. They're the ones moving, making Louisiana Tech react to them. Oh, Ash arrow.
Yes, indeed. Sorry, I was looking at Twitch chat right here. Linoleum's going to get CC'd by the Leona. That's the Wukong ult, too. That's a very low Jinx. He goes down. Galio ult comes in here. I saw Skarnar dragging somebody as well. I've totally lost the plot, folks. Oh, my God. Uwoofy very low. Almost dead. Cataclysm onto the Wukong. Actually goes over with his clone right now. Overheated's in the mix. He's grabbed Andreas. Leona got taunted as well. Someone you don't know flashed away. Actually kills somebody with his Q right there. Now frontlining is Mordekaiser and Galio. Do they have the damage? Because Linoleum is dead, but they actually find their way to the back line. Take down one, take down two. There's only one man left. It's just the Skarner, and they do it. The Naughty Dogs with a triple kill.
Naughty Dogs turned that fight. It looked like Louisiana Tech was going to win that fight, but oh my gosh, just the cooldowns come back off. The work done by Overheated in that fight. Non-stop popping the shield, the slows around, keeping people around, and that they're going to be rewarded with a Baron there, dragon spawning immediately after, which would be sole point for them if they can pick that up.
Yeah, this is what the Naughty Dogs needed after dropping that last fight. Losing one more really definitively puts them behind, but this Baron is going to put them exactly where they want to be, and I think you're right. Dragon is the nice play right here. They're going to go for the back.
I think that is right. Empowered recall, you get back to base really fast. You already have Jinx on the map kind of prepping waves. I do like that immediately Louisiana Tech is investing in the spot wave. They want to get that pushed in, have an angle to be at this dragon, right? Because a lot was just used in that fight. There's no Mortal right now. Galio is coming off cooldown. Melio will be up for this, but they might be able to get a pick in the meantime.
Oh, Linoleum Andreas finds him, but a blast cone's going to actually knock them both over the wall. Andreas is just waiting. We saw this in 2 fights ago where he found a really good flank. Let's see. Botstem, he's going to grab 2 people. Leo ult being invested as well. There we go. The combo that won the fight last time. And look, from the wings, Andreas comes in. Wukong ult. Linoleum flashes away. He's actually going to be safe. He needs to get a kill. He needs to get excited, but I don't think he's got the time because his team is mostly dead. Linoleum gets slowed, but does get to safety. And just like that, Louisiana Tech Bulldogs win a fight, and they are back in this.
This is the best 2-4 Wukong I may have ever seen, and 0-5 Skarner. The amount of pressure that they have in these fights is insane. Wukong plays that fight so well. He just hangs around the bottom, waits for them to overcommit because they have to save their team from the Skarner ult, and is right there to separate Jinx from the fight. Jinx can't even step up to DPS because of the threat of Wukong going in on her.
Yes, absolutely, and I see that him, the guy, is staging a peaceful protest. Him, what did we mess up? Is it a hunk-related thing? I saw someone say hunk, and then I got distracted. Who's the hunk? You tell us.
Like I say, give Luffy his... This is a children's friendly cast, so I won't say the word, but give Luffy his hunk.
Ah, okay, all right, okay. Oh, okay. Luffy's the hunk. Yeah, that makes sense.
I won't argue with that. I will never argue with that.
No, he's been excellent. Pulling some great triggers here. Oh my goodness. Okay.
I love Luffy's commitment to being a damage dealer also.
Yeah.
Most Skarners, they're going Black Cleaver, they're going that, you know, not Spear Sojin, but what's the other spear-looking item? You know, they're going that. They kind of want to be bruisers, you know, things like, not this. This Jarvan's blowing you up. If he gets on you, you are getting blown up.
100%. Yeah, and I mean, both teams have really been excellent about finding these fights. We talked about it a little bit, but I was really impressed with the Wukong flank right there. Andreas has a lot of patience, which I think is huge. And when your team's fighting, there's a big panic to get involved, right? And get involved in the right way. But just finding a actual behind the team flank, I mean, that's huge.
Yeah, Ziggs getting close to that death cap now. That is going to be a huge power site. And what's been good in this game is Ashe has been able to deal enough damage, be relevant enough that the tanks on the side of Naughty Dogs have not been able just to index into one type of deck, right? You've had build MR, you've had build armor, you know, to be a threat from both sides. That benefits both Ashe and Ziggs, right? Because that way, no one is just stacking anti-whatever their damage right now, right? Meanwhile, also, Leona gets to the Warmog's Locket. Big power spike for her there. And,
someone you don't know charging up that taunt, actually kind of scaring them off.
Yeah, it's very tanky, and you don't know who's behind that, right? They don't have their vision line pushing, but all they want to do here is exactly what's happening with Wukong. They want to push it enough to deny the rotation to taunt.
Yes.
They get that free tower set up. That's really good for them. Meanwhile, mid, though, looks like they're going to be just Ziggs. I thought for a second, anytime I see Luffy get near another champion, he has a collector. Yes. So definitely trying to kill anyone he goes near. If you see him in a one-on-one, it's probably Jarvan favored. For anyone out there, you know, aspiring to be a Jarvan player, only build this build if you're going to act like Uwufi. It's not just a build; it's a way of life.
Yeah, it does require a lifestyle change. Happy Death just pushing up here in the mid lane with Linoleum, getting him that farm, charging him up. We know how strong these late game jinxes can be. And big shout out to Louisiana Tech Bulldog with that most recent map play, taking that top tower. I mean, they're down in gold. They still made a proactive play, bringing themselves a little bit closer. And we haven't seen a fight in 2 minutes. We're starting to get later in the game. If Louisiana Tech can like push it off, this gold lead will become more and more menial.
Yeah, I mean, and the later it goes, the less a gold lead means. I mean, and it also depends where your gold is, right? Because gold is heavily on the Mordekaiser for the side of Naughty Dogs right now. He's 8-1, a lot of that gold there. But if you look at actual itemization, the mid lane, 3 items Ziggs versus not 3 items on the Galio. 3 items on the Ashe, not 3 items on the Jinx. So the gold lead can be a little bit misleading as effective damage, right? Because Ashe and Ziggs steal damage from range. It's a little bit easier to set up a team fight on those champions. Whereas Mordekaiser, a lot of time, he wants to push out a side lane and then group. There are rooms for plays for Louisiana Tech, but if Naughty Dogs recognizes that, I still think right now, actually, I don't think, I know if Mordekaiser ults either of those champions, they definitely die to Mordekaiser.
Yes. Yeah, Mord's the king of the 1v1 right now. For
he's the
certain.
Jujutsu Kaisen champion. Takes you in his dome.
Whoa! Whoa! Oh my god, Uwufi going for it.
There's not another champion within a screen of Uwufi going for that play.
Oh my god! Dodges Ashe Arrow, dodges Skarnar ult as well. 2 impactful ults actually gone if they can make something happen here, but we are starting to see the problem that is Ziggs. Look at that damage coming through. Even a couple of bombs here. I mean, the damage onto Linoleum right there. Huge.
Oh my gosh. So much poke. The death cap really is like, that's the tipping point. Because now, if you're not really, I mean, even Galio getting harassed. If you're Melio or Ziggs, even Jarvan right now, because he is this full damage build, and you get hit by one of those Q autos, that's a chunk of damage. Looks like they want to flip the dragon for the Baron. God. I love this call. Will they scout it? I don't know if they have Hawkshot. Looks like they are going to walk up. This Baron doesn't go down crate. There's the Hawkshot. They know.
They know, and they are running forward. That's going to be the Ziggs. Oh my god, the damage on the Melio. I mean, they might win the game off like the Ziggs alone. That is so much. Let's check in on gold here. 12,000, is that the most in the game?
13 on Mord. 13 on
wow. Okay. So they're
Mord's a big boy.
Yes.
Yeah. I think it's one thing that's misleading is how effective Wukong and Skarner are without gold. Is how much of an impact, like gold, like it doesn't really matter if Skarner has a 3rd item right now, right? Well, all that really matters is that he gets a good ult in the fight. It sets up the Ziggs. So it's one of those misleading things when you're watching competitive League of Legends of like, oh my gosh, like, you know, such and such has a big gold lead. It's like, yeah, but Jarvan needs that gold lead. He's full damage. He needs items. Whereas like Skarner, tanky items are usually more gold efficient, right?
Yeah.
Usually that's why it's always the old adage in top lane, right? If you're losing, hey, stop buying, damage items. Buy a couple, buy a ninja tabby, buy some mercs or something. Just play safe for a little bit. So Skarner's 2 items now, and realistically, he's just playing to set up his 2 carries, which are ahead.
Yes.
So I think right now this game's closer to even than it might seem.
Yeah, I completely agree. And now Louisiana Tech Bulldogs are in the driver's seat. They have those 3 dragons. They are on Soul Point here. They've got the inside route on this Baron. They've just collected the Scuttle right there as well. Maybe they could catch Skarnar here. Oh, they're thinking about it. Someone walking forward. We don't know what the communication is like. But Linoleum on this Jinx did just finish a back on a ward, so they have that information that Jinx isn't there. But Ziggs isn't there either, and I think most of what Louisiana Tech wants to do is surrounded around the idea that Jinx is participating, or that Ziggs is participating.
Yeah, and you need Galio, you need Ziggs kind of to poke before a fight. I think if it's a straight up front to back, unless they get a great setup like they've gotten before, you really want them to be able to poke a little bit. Ziggs wants to start this fight where he's up, I've chunked one of the frontliners a little bit. It's kind of hard for them to walk into a fight, things like that. Whilst on the other side, you really want surprise, right? You want Jarvan to find someone alone with that Galio, with that Jinx R that can come in, right? Mordekaiser wants to find someone in a place they shouldn't be right now. So as the later the game goes, the harder it is kind of to play out some of those comps sometimes because people start just grouping up much more. But they have tools. They have Milio. They have Jinx now on 3 items. You know she's a team fight demon. Every fight pretty much is going to be a 4v4 as long as Mordekaiser is there. And all it takes is 1 kill for Jinx to take over a team fight.
Absolutely. On that point, though, I think the composition of Louisiana Tech makes it monstrously hard for Jinx to comfortably participate in these fights. There's so much CC. The dive from Wukong has been persistent and surprising. And they've done a really good job of shoving Jinx off of the fights. And that's a problem because Jinx needs to get like a kill or an assist. And if Jinx is being forced to play so far back so they don't get caught by the Leona CC, so they don't get caught by Ziggs artillery coming down, over the front line, so they're not caught by the Wukong dive, an Ashe arrow, or even the volley from Ashe, just her W catching you, slowing you down. Any amount of slow is going to make any of the other dangers a lot more likely to connect. So Linoleum has to just sort of tightrope walk their way into some sort of kill here. But look at, oh my God!
That's what we talked about. No flash on this Ashe.
Dr. Pimple Popper right here just comes in and just eliminates Ashe. That was insane.
Yeah, I mean, that is the full damage there. And
now they've got numbers.
They have numbers. What can they do with it? The Ziggs is such an equalizer, though. If you don't have Baron, he just deletes waves.
Yes.
I mean, it's so hard to push against. They have to find a way to get this Ziggs out of this. Look, I mean, that's just the mines.
That's crazy, man. That's crazy. Yeah, you gotta hope that Mord either wins the side lane super, super hard. I mean, he's doing a pretty good job. Finishing off Wukong. Wukong can be very evasive when they choose to be.
Yeah, absolutely. And we see right now, could be a little bit of jockeying around this Baron. Now, the thing is, though, Dragon's 1 minute. So that Dragon coming up is going to shift the way this map is set up, right? The vision has to be shifted to the bot side. And also, if you're on Louisiana Tech side, you have the benefit of Soul Point. You can always play that trade, You can always say, hey, if you go to the Dragon, we can play towards the Baron side. We are totally fine with trading that. Whilst the other side, you can't really forget that Dragon. Oh, nice little interrupt there.
Woofy's been on point with these flag and drags.
Absolutely.
Oh,
I mean, Woofy,
good dodge. Good dodge from Linoleum right here. Skarnar's walking up, looking for an angle potentially. Just going to trade some long-range abilities.
So far, so good here. I do think definitely need the setup if you're Louisiana Tech down here. You want people walking into those Ziggs mines, trying to get in and do things here. Looks like we're going to get a base out from Leona, refresh those wards. We get a gold check real fast. I want to see if Jinx is sitting. She is sitting on 2K, 2,700 on the Jarvan also.
That's a lot of money they want on the table. But they're just going to pull the trigger. They're just going to try and rush this down. And I actually think they've just positioned themselves really well. Oh, they do get it. Dude, look at that Ziggs ult. You saw how much it did to Woofy. And now they've got to walk up. Now they've got to commit to fight 2. Although, I will say... I
don't think they do this fast enough.
No. Okay, they're showing up. Linoleum's got to find an angle right here. Look at Andreas looking for the flank. He's actually going to use the blast cone to get way back in there, but someone you don't know, we're seeing him in the back. He takes out the Ziggs. That's a lot of damage we talked about. Woofy has gone down. Linoleum lives on the dive right there, and someone you don't know flashes away and gets taken down for the double kill for Ash. Wukong, Andreas with that second charge. Linoleum's excited now, but uses that speed to get away. That's going to be a zap onto the Skarnar, and they take him down. That's a double kill on this Jinx. Let's see what else he can do. Ash arrow right to the face, a cleanse, a flash forward. Linoleum really wants this fight. He's calling for it, and so does Leona. They're going to go back in. The 1v1, the triple kill for the Jinx right there. The ADC slamming at each other, and it's just a matter of time as they take them all down. That's going to be a quadra kill for the Jinx. That's the thumbs up from Linoleum, and now they turn to Baron.
I love that call from Naughty Dogs. There is no Ziggs, it was used to try to steal the Baron. So that tool is gone. I do think the Ash played that fight so well, killing the divers, but the problem is once Ziggs is out of the fight, so much of that threat is gone. There's not near as much damage, and this is going to be, I believe, a second Baron in this game going the way of Naughty Dogs.
Oh my god. What a crazy fight. And I mean, the last couple minutes, I feel like the conversation's been dominated by how much Louisiana Tech are actually controlling the map, actually controlling the lead. And we talked about how patient. That fight played out pretty close to what we talked about. Andreas did dive the back line. It was difficult right there. Just the difference was the dive that someone you don't know pulled off actually got the Ziggs in the end, the primary damage dealer. And on the other end, Linoleum lived.
Yeah, the unfortunate thing in that fight, the satchel does pop someone you don't know onto the Ziggs. Then he has to flash away from the Galio, but then Galio's like, ha ha ha, I still have a movement spell. And is able to close that gap, and beautifully showing why Galio was picked in the mid lane. The zone control in the back line. You can't even get close to him. That taunt, so large, saves so much and able to keep so much of that pressure on. Jinx gets excited, and the rest is history.
Yes, indeed. And now we've got to see how Naughty Dogs are going to be able to employ this Baron buff. They've actually got it on quite a few people. But the last time they had Baron, they actually got almost aced, like, 40 seconds later. So they have to be careful how they use this because, yeah, it's the second Baron, but we haven't actually seen a real Baron push in this game yet.
Yeah, I'm starting to believe, do they exist? Do Baron pushes exist?
I'm not sure. We'll have to see. They'll have to prove it to us.
I will say it's the best thing against Ziggs. It's one of the only ways you can really push against the Ziggs. Because obviously they get empowered. It's a lot harder to kill those minions. Mordekaiser are largely unaffected by the damage of Wukong at this point in the game. That is a 6-item Mordekaiser now online.
Looking thick.
Yeah, big boy up there. Oh my god, I would not want to be this Wukong right now. That is not fun.
No, it is not.
Yeah, Naughty Dog's in the driver's seat right now. But one of the best things that's going to happen in this game is I'm assuming the game does not end in the next minute and a half. As I say that.
Oh, that's going to be Jarvan being pulled in, but Galio coming in here, going to get a 2-man knock-up, dive in there, try to go for the taunt, get all 3. Rocket coming sideways as well. Sorry, that was Ziggs' ult right there. Linoleum goes unstoppable. His teleport's going to come through, but Andreas has to run for the hills right into the waiting arms of Overheated. Look at that, mid tower down. Boy, I really think Vega may have spoken the end of the game into existence. That's 4 people really down.
Sorry, I'm really sorry. That might be the worst caster curse I've ever done. Vega. I literally was gonna make a point about the soul fight.
Oh my god. Andreas goes in, does get taken down, and despite what Vega says, the game does end less than a minute later.
That was within seconds of me starting. I was like, I don't think the game's gonna end, and it immediately started the fight to end the game.
Holy shit, Cyborg Shadow, welcome back. the return of Cyborg Shadow.
I appreciate that there's 2 Cyborg, or that the 2 streams I've done recently had Cyborg Shadow in.
Absolutely. A welcome return. Listen, don't worry about subs. This stream can count as sponsored by you as well. Let's take a peek. Oh, it's this little... Oh, yes, rescued. Did not lose all of their... did not lose all of their schmeckles. Mordekaiser topping the damage charts. I mean...
Not surprised there. That was a great game. Really a great game across the board. And also back and forth at times. I do like that Naughty Dogs has this attitude of just constant aggression. Just constantly like making you respond to things, right? Because when you're playing League, it's a lot easier to play as the aggressor than the person being aggressed on, right? Because if you're all diving in, that's easy to communicate, right? Let's go in and fight these guys. But when you're the team being engaged on, it's a lot harder to communicate, like, we want to peel and do this and, you know, make sure we're, you know, keeping this safe. So I really like it. But LA Tech obviously showed that these teams are close. These teams are absolutely close. We do see that Jarvan is gone. So there will be no more of that. Thank you for the link.
Yeah, I think that's a pretty solid decision they're making right here. Getting rid of that Jarvan. Uwufi was an absolute terror on that. Made a lot of stuff happen. And, oh, would you look at that? Someone you don't know, a player in the game coming in, highlighting a message. LeChance licks toes. Just kind of giving themselves a pat on the back for creating that. You earned it, buddy. You earned it.
You did earn it. That was a beautiful Galio game.
Indeed, it was.
Let's see what they choose to change here. The Jinx and the Jarvan are both removed from game 1. Curious what Louisiana Tech chooses to first pick. The Jinx was very good last game. I thought the Ashley Leona were really good last game. You could see at various points Louisiana Tech when it worked extremely well. They do have the Sejuani hover here. That's Sejuani is near and dear to my heart. I love it. I'm a League of Legends purist. I think junglers should play engage. So there it is. Oh, and the insta MF lock, MF rel, very strong lane. MF probably the strongest AD carry in the game right now. By courtesy of everything else being nerfed, MF has been awarded the strongest current AD carry in the game title. And Rel goes very well with her. But things that are good into MF. Braum, he has a giant wall. MF wants to shoot a bunch of bullets. Braum has a wall. He can put a wall up. It blocks the majority of those bullets. Sometimes all of them.
Sometimes also, all of them.
I do like the Braum Sejuani synergy. Very easy. You both have like stacking stun passives. You know, that's cool.
That's very cool. That's very mindful. That's very demure. It's
very demure. Both Freljord champions, so TFT, you know, the synergy there. And Zach Uwufi only knows one. I will say this: it is better to be a master of one thing than good at a lot of things. And Uwufi is the master of engaged champion.
Yes.
So Jarvan is banned. We will play AP Jarvan, which is Zach. Curious what the bans and secondaries are. Looks like they do want to remove Wukong. That was very well played, very good fights. Even when behind, Wukong is very annoying. I would be surprised to see Mordekaiser left after last game. Very annoying champ. See, Victor's very good champion. Also in this comp would be very annoying.
Can I just say I love that we have some of the players in the chat right now. Linoleum saying, "Listen, play the game. That was mine. However, that quadra kill by Baron." And I'm not here to argue with you. That was an excellent play.
That was an outstanding play. Linoleum absolutely popped off at the end of that game. But that's, you know, what you want. Mordecai, I call AD carry the egg, right? It's the baby bird. Your team is raising a baby bird. And whoever's the more responsible parents, you know, their baby bird turns into a great griffin, carries them home at the end of the game.
It's so beautiful.
And Linoleum spread his wings in the last game.
Wow, you're so right. Yeah. Linoleum is a baby bird who was very well cared for. There's that Ziggs again.
Some people have an incubator, some people don't. Yeah, that's...
Ain't that the
Some
truth?
people choose the tough love effect. They roam their support. They, you know, he'll learn.
He'll learn to fly on his own.
Or he won't. or he'll be thrown from the nest. But we do see Zig. So now on the other team, Louisiana Tech. We'll see what they choose to round their combat with the Zerath.
Ooh,
I like Zerath.
It's artillery of a different form.
Oh, the desk. We forgot to talk about the desk.
Okay,
Well,
I can pitch. I'll 100% after draft. Once we got
After
these,
draft, when we get the break.
Dude, you came to the right stream.
Oh, let me tell you, we've got a desk for you.
Do we ever? But I like the Zerath. I feel like it's a Ziggs of a different form, and they're clearly very comfortable with that in the mid lane, and a Cassante potentially.
We love Cassante. I like the identity of their comp too. A lot of range, high range damage, and a lot of peel for that high range damage. Right, the Braum, the Sejuani, Cassante, a lot of beef that can keep some of these engagers at bay. A lot of range damage. If you never let them set up this wombo that is like the MF Relzac, we've got a lot of tools. But Red Tide is afforded the last pick, and it will be looking for a counter pick in the top lane. Darius Hubbard, Dario Chapman himself.
Naughty Dogs feeling spicy with that Darius lock-in.
We love it.
Oh my god. Okay, choose a prediction outcome. Naughty Dogs took that one, which means that I can start the prediction again. Simply copy and paste. Naughty Dogs. Who will win game dose? Beautiful. 10 minutes on the timer, folks. Whether you won schmeckles, whether you lost schmeckles, hey, why don't you place a little bet down on the table, spin that wheel, and see if you can take something home. Now, speaking of taking something home, if you're looking to take a standing desk home, I can't do anything other than recommend the FlexiSpot EN1 electrical height adjustable standing desk. Personally, myself, well, I went for the 55 by 28 inch version. I found it, as I said before, very mindful, very demure. Fits perfectly where my other desk was and is essentially the same size, but a little bit thicker. And that's what I needed. Yes, this desk goes up and it goes down. There's a neat little electrical motor that you install yourself, but no, it's not more complicated than it seems. And you know how you know that it's not that complicated? Because I built it. And if you've been watching this stream for any amount of time, you'll know that that must have been a fucking miracle. That's my ad.
That's beautiful. You should be paid.
Thanks. We should be paid because you showed me. You showed me this link. You've been using this desk for 2 years. I've been using it for 3 days.
Yeah. When I moved to New York, I obviously couldn't bring my desk with me. I needed to order a new desk. I did a ton of research actually, and a lot of people were like, "Hey, this desk on Amazon, it's like really good desk. Like a lot of people really enjoy using it, and it's not crazy expensive. It's not really tough to put together." And I've had it for 2 years, and I cast standing up. This desk has been amazing. It has been so good for me for 2 years. Still works. I have no issues with the raising on it. The motor on it is still very good. And for the price, it's just so hard to beat.
Oh, totally. And I hit it during a sale too. My God.
That's beautiful. I sent it to you not even knowing it was on sale. I'm going to send you a picture and I need you to witness it.
Yes.
Because I can't see Darius anymore without seeing this picture.
Oh God. That's great. Is that
Dario
Ezreal on this? Who is that?
I think it's Riven and Annie.
Oh my God, I didn't even see the Annie underneath the giant bloody axe.
And then in the comic, he is called Dario Chapman.
God, that's beautiful.
Now every time I see him, all I can think of is Dario Chapman, please come do a mega chop.
So what if I do, Loki? So what if I do? And yes, now we both do cast yes. Standing up.
We cosplay professional casters.
Yes, we for real though. Yeah, pretty much.
I like to move. I need to stand. I need to move around a little bit. Sometimes I jump.
I punched last game.
Yeah, something hype is happening. I mean, sometimes when you're talking and I'm not, I'm like jumping up and down, like waiting to be like, the TP!
Yes. That's beautiful. Maybe one day we'll do cams and we'll just be very animated.
Yeah. We need to do an IR one IRL LBLCS final.
Oh, that would be so much fun. Yes.
That would be a lot of fun, and me and LeChance will jump up and down on a stage.
Yeah. We'll bring mini trampolines. Luffy betting against himself because it's a win-win.
I do that a lot. Actually, if one of the milk teams is playing, a lot of times I'll bet on the other team because I'm like, this way I can't be disappointed. I mean, I can be, but, it at least soften.
I love it. It's a solid plan. Uh-oh. Okay, I'm just going to move logos around. Oh, well, that game was awesome, and I got to say, I'm pretty excited to watch Game 2. I think Louisiana Tech Bulldogs had a lot to be proud of in that game, and I think Game 2 really is anybody's game.
It really is. I think after Game 1, both teams should come out of that feeling really good, right? If you're on the side of LA Tech, very close to that game. I think if the early game's a little bit cleaner, if you don't get a little bit more out of control on that Mordekaiser, that game's a lot easier to play out, and vice versa. I mean, if you're Naughty Dog, that's a classic Naughty Dogs game, right? You played exactly how you play, constant aggression. You got an early lead, and then at the end, your willingness to engage is what ends up winning the game.
Absolutely, 100%. I had a professor that did a lot of jumping in class, did not translate well, and we had to move online. Yeah, that's fair. That's reasonable. Maybe that professor needed a standing desk.
It looks better at a standing desk.
Oh my God, where are my manners? Lord Takasun, thank you so much for being the newest investor in the low budget LCS. You followed 8 minutes ago. I fucking missed it. Oh my God, I also missed RK Waterski with the Prime sub for 24 months, and their message was let. Thank you for that message, for that word that you chose to share with us.
Have you seen the Michael Caine Batman tweet?
No, but I'd like to.
Hang on, I gotta find it. The let thing reminded me of it.
Thank you all for the follows and the subs, and most importantly, just hanging out.
Yeah.
RK Waterski, what was your message? If you hit enter too soon, we'll share your message. Let me see this. Why do we fall? So we can learn to pick ourselves up. Batman Begin. Beautiful. Thank you,
Batman
Michael
Begin.
King.
One of my favorite lines in the whole movie. Batman Begin.
Batman Begin.
And now, Batman Begin.
Wow.
It's beautiful.
All the responses to it are fantastic as well.
They are. All of the Batman Begin.
Oh, let's go 2 years. Yeah, 2 years.
2 years.
Huge.
Oh, that's hype.
Also,
what do you think?
Speaking of hype, BT Dubs, did you see on October 7th, Hunter x Hunter chapter's coming back?
Yeah, did you see the bad news?
No.
Jujutsu Kaisen only has 5 chapters left. They
They
announced that.
Really?
People are memeing that we had to sacrifice Jujutsu Kaisen to get chapters of Hunter x Hunter.
Dude, honestly, I mean, it's a little sad. Personally, I would make I'd make that trade.
I'm grieving.
I'm sorry, dude.
Don't do this if
I want to support you.
Wow.
Wow.
It's okay. It's okay. 5 chapters. It will be over.
Good for him.
It's kind of surreal to know. Yeah. Honestly, I know health issues have been a thing this year.
Yeah.
It's kind of weird to know.
Yeah. I feel like I never know when it's gonna end.
Also, when you're reading something and you're like, 5 more chapters, a lot's gonna happen, right? I hope so. We'll see.
Yeah.
You never know. Things get spin-offs and all that stuff.
Yeah, fucking Tagashi took off a really tough, but he's like ending it, or is he?
Yeah, he needs. Well, yeah. As far as we know, Jujutsu Kaisen will be over. Now that does not mean there won't be like a spin-off or like you know how the.
I'm honestly not mad about like in terms of like story wise. I'd love more of that world, but
actually I will say I agree with you. Like part of me also was like I don't want to get One Piece. I don't want to get sucked into this years and years and years and years.
Yes.
I kind of like the idea of just being like, you know what? Yeah, it's over. It was really like I really enjoyed reading it. It's over. It has a definitive end. That's nice.
Right.
Because you know, a lot of times you do get sucked into that like, it's never ending. It's never gonna have like. I mean, I'm sure One Piece will have a great ending. You know, sure, guys. Don't worry. I'm sure it will.
Yeah. The One Piece certainly isn't the friends we made along the way, right?
Oh my gosh.
Right.
I'm not gonna spoil anything for you because I mean, there's no way to spoil it. We don't know.
We don't know.
But
we're basically talking to ourselves in the future right now.
The longer it goes, the more you're like, are they gonna?
Yeah.
Is it gonna be the friends they made along the way? Like.
I don't know. Well, listen, he's still got like 3 years to figure it out. At least. We're just going to Elbow. We've got at least like, you know, two big ass arcs.
It is wild. I wonder what Kagurabachi's definitely going to be the next big thing.
Totally.
But because you have My Hero now, the manga's over.
Done.
Yeah, it's officially
done,
over.
Dude.
It's over.
Done.
So JJK and My Hero both going to be over.
I am like, as sad as it is to see these things end, I am proud of like mangaka like actually ending their stories. I think that's cool. Yeah. Like, because first of all, we've got this incredible level 2 play right here. Look at this, walking up. That's exactly what we talked about. If that trap had landed, that would have been sick. But, ooh, Caitlyn hitting their P's and Q's. There is no P button. Anyways, just real quick, Cyborg Shadow, full-ass writing copy for us. Do you want a desk with better edges than your barber? Looking for more height than Air Jordans? Want to impress your friends and finally feel like you stand for something? Hold on, maybe we got to fight up here on the top side.
Someone's standing for something.
Someone's standing for something. Being a level down on a Darius is a terrifying moment. God, with the wave shoving in too. Look at that CS lead.
My goodness. Yeah, Darius can be very frightening early in the game, right? You start to get those bleed stacks on you. He takes Ghost Flash. He doesn't care about teleporting back. Only way he's going back to base is in a body bag. And, you know, Darius players, they're just a different breed. Yes. They want to fight, especially early.
They do. They do indeed. They're violent individuals. And, you know, at least oh, wow, look at that right there. Happy Death really looking for an angle. But Lord Dre play. You know, we saw the fast fingers on the Leona, and now we're seeing it used on a defensive ability like that, just jumping over to the Caitlyn. I'm excited for some sick Braum plays.
Yeah, me too. And Braum is the great equalizer. Well, I guess Rumble. But,
yeah, I suppose literally.
I guess technically.
Right.
Rumble is.
If you have no imagination. Overheated's going to do this in the middle of a wave right here. The minions, the 6th man, coming in and actually Overheated. Get a little bit too hot and bothered, flashing away. Both people are going to live, but Andreas making a sick play right there. Uwoofy on their patented Zac jumping over the wall for a gank here in the mid lane. Will they get first blood again? Yes, in the mid lane. Uwoofy assisted on it this time, but that's going to be first blood going to someone you don't know.
The bomb placement from someone you don't know to put the mines in between the tower and them, so when they flash, they would have to flash onto the mine.
Oh! Overheated! One more auto! There it is!
Oh my goodness, Darius. So scary. You could see Andreas wants that punish. He wants to not let Darius collect that big wave under tower, but Column Icarus a little bit too close to the sun there. Darius gets that kill.
Yes, indeed. Love the angle that Lord Draplay is playing here. Just over the lip of the wave, but still not too far away to be able to, you know, just take 2 steps down, jump to that Caitlyn. Traps in the brush. I hate it, folks. It's really annoying. I forget they're there, and then I step on them and take a crit to the face.
There's also a really good setup in the lane from Kate Braum. They have the wave on their side of the map. They have the CS lead, and now they're just, like, in control right here. It's so hard to step up as MFRO, right? Because Caitlyn's range is so much harder. This is exactly how you want to play out, like, a Caitlyn lane. Like, this is the kind of turning the screws in your opponent, hoping they make a big mistake while you're doing this.
Mm-hmm.
We'll see, because, you know, the more this happens, the more you're having this happen to you, the more you're like, okay, I'm just going to do it. I'm just going to step up and fight this guy.
Yeah. Sejuani coming down here. We saw this in game 1, how much pressure was put by Louisiana Tech down here in the bot lane. Sedge looking for an angle. Oh, Woofy up here as well. Overheated, you can't overstep against overheated. Woofy, oh my god! Just holds him in place for that little bit of extra time. Get that last auto, 5-stack the passive, and drop the ult on their head. That Darius is looking hale and hearty up in the top lane.
Yeah, absolutely. I think right now Darius in his element right now, and if you are the Sejuani, I do like this play. You need to play towards bot side. You need to play towards bot side objectives. Your bot lane is very far ahead, extremely strong right now. If you're down 3 kills, it's a 1,000 gold lead. But this bot lane right now of the Kate Braum, can we check gold right now?
Yeah.
On them. Yeah, it's almost a 500 gold lead in the bot lane just off farm. Just off Caitlyn controlling the wave. That is absolutely great Caitlyn play. And Caitlyn can be an equalizer against champions like Darius, right? Good trap placement, things like that make it very hard. And they might dive the spot lane. Spot lane is very low right now.
Yes, indeed. Wait, stepping onto a trap right there. That's gonna...
Barrier.
Yep, get the barrier out of their pockets. Sejuani's here. Ziggs is rotated down as well. Someone you don't know. Oh, bots him in a little bit of trouble right here. Look at that. But oh, Sejuani says, I'll take the third path. And Braum gonna jump to him as well. Ignite ticking down Linoleum. One auto will do it. That's gonna be Sejuani being taken down. They focus fire. They take the jungler out. Linoleum, the next to fall. And the artillery. The double kill for the mid lane. Oh my god.
Somebody you don't know. He's a madman.
Wow.
Oh my goodness.
The mines, the Q, and the flash away to safety.
That was an absolutely great play.
Yeah, on both sides, really. I loved that. Ooh, Woofy can isolate the jungler. Can't imagine he kills him this way, but I've been wrong many times before.
Pressure. Yeah, I'm not going to say anything because I ended the last game.
Yes, you did, dude. Be so careful with your power. You have to use it for good, not evil.
I'm not going to make any definitive statements.
Please do not talk about the stock market or sort of any, broad, national affecting things. Yeah,
I'm not gonna, nothing like that. I do like this pressure. Both teams kind of playing to their strong side. One thing that does come out of that fight, though, is that Xerath does get 2 kills there. And the CS lead maintains. Because that play happened around a minion wave crashing in bot lane, we still have a big lead on the Caitlyn. And Xerath doesn't get put too far behind. Does pick up 2 kills. That is very meaningful gold into the Xerath's pocket there. They will need in that lane. And yeah, we see bot lane's about a 300 gold lead there. This wave is going to stack up. It does mean a lot, though, the MF picked up a kill during that. That helps equalize a lot of that CS.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, Linoleum was able to walk up, get that auto off. Take Botsum out of the fight. Speaking of Botsum, coming up here, can they 2v1 him? That's a Sedgel right to the face. Darius, king of 2v1s, but what about 2v2s? That's the fully stacked passive onto him. That's the ult as well. That's a pause. That's a glitch in the game. Oh, no.
Oh, okay, so yesterday all I had to do was quit and Oh, we're back!
Okay, all right, never mind. We're good. Botsum in some trouble right here. We know we got the reset. That's a double kill. And down here in the bot lane, they are finding success. Look at that. The cleanse, the flash, or sorry, the barrier and the flash right there. Looking quite low. Happy Death really wants this. Takes a turret shot. Wow, but they almost produced a successful fight down there. Oh! Oh! I forgot about that ability. Hot damn. Well... Folks, last night, apparently, there was a 14-minute pause where it just stopped.
Well, I will say, so I came in after and was like, hey, just so you guys know, the game is still going on in Spectate, but you had to leave and rejoin.
Okay.
That didn't work for me last night. Oh.
All right.
It's like when we speak of it,
the bugs feel alive.
Power of the Scout's code.
I mean, we like a lively client. Yeah. Spice.
Hot damn, it's Lil Robot Man. LaChance Licks Toes. Thanks so much for the sub, dude. 39 months. Incredible. Appreciate the hell out of you. I feel like Little Robot Man is in basically every single stream.
Yeah, pretty much. That's a. If there was a Mount Rushmore of LBLCS viewers, I think Little Robot Man would be up there.
Easy pick.
First
Easy
ballot
pick.
LBLCS viewer Hall of Famer.
Also, Cyborg Shadow, trick question. The answer is Sprite. But
Ooh, yeah, you're right. If you had to choose Pepsi.
if I had to choose Pepsi, I mean, I don't go Coke. You know.
I'm a Coke guy.
Yeah.
I think the drink, obviously.
Of course. Nobody clip that out of context, please.
Yeah, let me make sure I just say this before anything else happens.
Yeah. Of course. Nobody clip this out of context that both Vega and I are Coke guys, okay? You know what we're talking about.
We love Coke. What can we say?
Oh, the flower! God,
we got the Comet kill.
Wow. Oh my God. I don't know him and neither do you. That's someone you don't know. Jesus. Man's having a Ziggs game.
Yeah. Absolute insane Ziggs game right now. And talked about last game. Ziggs can be very scary. And it looks like they are going to get the 6 grubs in this game. Because they have the Caitlyn bot lane and topside has been a little bit rough to start the game. Let's give them the agency kind of just go pick up all they need.
Yeah.
But yeah, right now, everything coming up the side of Naughty Dogs here. There is a 1-0 Dragon lead on the side of LA Tech. We'll see what they can parlay into. If they can play their kind of bot lane strength into something here. It looks like it's going to be Infinity Edge first, I believe, there for the Caitlyn. Is very strong now, has an ICS lead.
Engage onto Boldrin, someone you don't know walking down. We see the charge up from the Ziggs. Boldrin just gets those autos in. Honestly, yeah, if they let him walk away, he deserves to get away.
That time actually matters. This dragon is being done. Oh, Goofy knows no. Oh. Look at the, let's zoom in on the Zac here. Let's get a good view.
Yeah. Big chewing gum energy. Wow.
Oh wow.
Woofy. Looking good. My guy.
You do not want to see that coming at.
What's making that ticking sound? Wow. Hey, models in this game aren't that bad. Pretty good looking.
No, they're really not. It actually looks okay.
Yeah. This close up, you kind of expect that you'll see,
I was surprised how well Zac looked.
Yeah. Yeah, absolutely. And I love the little Pokemon sort of frog looking guy right here. It's pretty good. Let's give top lane some love. Cassante, looking very broad. And
Yeah, very fair.
Darius got a sick cloak.
Very nice cloak. I like the top. I like the
fringe.
Also the cannon minions getting about as close as you can get to each other.
Wow. Point blank
Barrel
firing.
to barrel.
Hey, I gotta say, red side cannon minion looks a lot more dangerous than
what is
blue
this?
side.
A lot
Whoa.
more red minions over here.
What do you think's on those scrolls?
Probably kill blue minions. Down with blue minions.
It's just propaganda.
Yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense. Oh,
Yeah.
I love that these melee minions have like a belt tied
Wait, hold
around. Yeah.
Do the red side minions have swords?
They have axes.
These guys
Whoa.
have hammers.
All right. I don't say this a lot.
I've never noticed.
Give Riot some credit. That's pretty good.
I have never noticed. Like,
Look at these sledges, and they have different shaped shields. They do.
You do.
Wow, Riot. Okay, actually, good for you. That's pretty impressive. Anything else we haven't noticed? Are the turrets the same?
I know wards have attack speed. I think that came up in a stream last night.
Wait a second.
Like, find a ward on the map and click it.
Wards have attack speed.
2.5.
Why?
Obviously for the ward uprising that's coming.
Yeah, that makes a lot of sense. You gotta watch out because they're watching you.
It's just like the age-old rule. You can't, if you don't put rest in peace on your headstone, you're automatically drafted into the skeleton war.
That makes sense. And thank you for saying it because not
enough people
know.
Yeah. Today I learned.
Hey, are the blue towers different too?
He's got kind of like a
Wait, he's
box
holding a
helmet.
hammer, and they're holding a staff. They're fucking
Also,
absolutely
the-
different.
The red towers have like a cloak. They have like a hoodie, like a hood.
God.
Look, they have like a hood on.
Wait, what the fuck?
And blue towers.
It's been right in front of our faces the whole
He's
time.
got like a knight's helmet. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he's holding a big hammer too.
Whoa, and wait, that actually kind of like,
the minions. They have
yeah.
a hammer. Wait, are there? Oh, wait, hold on. Go to the red minions. Okay, so the red minions have this little like thing coming off their heads, so they're
Yeah.
like little hoods. But look at the blue minions; they have like helmets.
Oh my God, you're right. Wait, are they people? Do they have a society? Who have we
Also,
been killing for
you may wanna
years?
leave and rejoin the game.
Oh yeah, I probably should even rejoin the game right now.
I just realized how long we've been paused.
Yeah.
Oh,
Nah,
probably.
you're right, my guy. The albino cow. I'm learning so much right now. You and us both. All right.
I've never noticed this.
I'm gonna exit the game. God, I hope we didn't sort of throw this whole viewing experience because we really dived in here. All right. I know. Woofy. All right, they're still in game.
I'm a dude. Okay, just because I'm in Masters doesn't mean I know what the minions all look like. I play support.
This is the kind of shit that you might not learn on a Praetor. Hey, dude, what's going on over there? All right, I don't want you to think that the stream paused for an unnecessary long amount of time and then we got distracted by looking at the variety of details that are in the minions, and that maybe they have a culture, and that maybe we should ask some questions before we start auto attacking them. All right, why are we fighting anyways?
No, why are the minions fighting? I know the old lore.
What's the old lore?
I don't know. No, you know where like it's like summoners against each other and.
Oh, and that yeah, it was fucking. It's like 5 summoners, and you were like a skinwalker. You like controlled the body. Yeah. Old lore was like really weird and disconnected.
I was taking a bite of a burger in our break.
Good.
And I almost spit it out because of the skinwalker.
it's exactly what they were doing.
Yeah, I mean, yes.
Praetor trillions for sure at this point.
Okay, so here's another question.
Yeah. Hit me with it.
So they're called inhibitors. Does that mean that the minions in their natural state are like regular people and we're inhibiting them?
Oh no, that's a great question. What is being inhibited?
Yeah, what are we inhibiting exactly?
Wow. Yeah. Oh god, I hope we get to see some super minions, cuz I'll pause the game to look right at them for a minute. They're secretly OP. Yeah. Boy, I wonder if they're going to sort of flesh that out. I wonder if Runeterra... unable to download spectator data. Hold on a second, folks. Hold on. Boy, we haven't had a stream like this in a hot minute.
Loki knew about the minion stuff. Okay, look, I have played this game for a long time, and I know that they've made updates to stuff. I don't always look at it. If I'm gonna be honest here, I just kind of play. I don't.
Just play the
I have
game.
never taken the time to zoom in on the minion.
Yeah.
I just bonk them.
Oh, fuck.
Okay. Oh!
Oh, we're in it. Oh, shit. Oh, boy, I hope... Uh-oh. The stream's not picking this up right now. I hope it does.
I'm seeing it.
Hold on, we're going to go away. That's going to be Luffy engaging right here. A huge fight, maybe for the fate of the entire game.
Oh.
Going to tab back. Okay, hold on.
Can't believe both teams just aced themselves.
Yeah, I can't believe they aced themselves. Happy Death going in. Wait a second here. Boldrin gets taken down. Oh no, is this not?
Just running back up.
No, this isn't being picked up by the stream. Why is it not?
We've released the minion lore, and now Riot is banning it from streaming them.
My bad, Riot. I didn't mean to speak the truth. Okay, Botsam in some trouble right there. Getting taken down by the Misfortune ult. I'm casting for nothing. You can't see anything right now. Okay, I'm gonna try and
League of
get
Legends is happening.
We're not lying. I know it sounds like we're lying, and like I just got. Oh, here we go, baby. All right. Look at that. Beautiful. We're back,
everyone. Right after the fight ends.
Yeah. Vega, what do you think's been happening? I
Minions
say
have been fighting
pushing.
and slaying each other.
Yes. Oh wait, that's right. Hold on. We're gonna.
We are but pawns. I like these because they look like mechs.
Whoa.
They're like Gundams.
Yeah, they are. Yeah, he's controlling it with his little hands.
This hand of mine glows with an awesome power.
Wow, that's
You
beautiful.
remember G Gundam?
Which?
It's the one where they're all from countries.
Dude,
like
yes, I fucking
Neo
love G
Mexico
Gundam.
and Neo
I
Mexico.
love G Gundam so much. Yes.
I love G Gundam. Anyone asking what the best Gundam is, it's definitely G Gundam.
G Gundam, absolutely. Certainly some problematic ideas in there, but a great time.
In Neo Mexico is Tequila Gundam.
Yeah, that was pretty fucked up, but it was very cool idea. And you know what? Go for a remake. I want more
great
gun
idea.
tournaments back.
Also,
All right.
we do have a fight.
Ah, it's over. What were you saying about
Okay,
G
so
Gundam?
there is a Gundam in the show that is a guy's horse that is piloting a horse Gundam that the other guy is in a regular Gundam riding the horse Gundam.
Oh, that's sick. Wait, was it two countries working together?
It was, yeah, well, no. It is like the old Neo Japan guy.
Okay.
Also, he stands on the horse. I also think that's great. He doesn't ride the horse. He stands on top
Well,
of
he
the
can't.
horse.
He can't fit his robot thighs around that thick robot horse.
We need...
Oh, G-Man 3511. I don't know what persuaded you to follow us at that point, but thanks you so much for your support. Thank you for being the newest investor in the low-budget LCS. We appreciate you very much. Oh, wow, Loki, with a really interesting fact. Do you know the first version of the Summoner Rift had almost no Void influence, and every major update has seen more corrupting force creep in? That's very cool.
That is really cool.
I hope they add more to it. That's going to be a woofy going in. A little bit of an engage. Misfortune ult being dropped. Nice response with the Braum ult right there. And Zerath just dropping their ult as well. Now they stay to probably die to try and get that kill onto someone you don't know, but they are not able to pull it off just yet. Someone you don't know. So low, but still up. And they're going to be so useful in cutting down these towers.
Oh my
Look
God.
at that dive potential right there. If it weren't for the healing pad, Kalen's definitely going down. And Braum falls, even though they're right there. Overheated, taking the laser. True damage right to the face. Have they overstepped? Can they 2v4? We're going to find out. Linoleum getting auto attack, being engaged on right there. Crit coming through,
Oh my
but
gosh.
in the end, they end the game in 23 minutes.
That's one of the craziest games I've ever seen.
Yeah, man. If you were in the game and you're just tuning in, absolutely buck wild. Every second of it. But especially the first 10 minutes and the last 3.
Yeah, those definitely must-watch TV.
Yes.
Especially, I would say, from the 12-minute mark to the 12-minute mark. That
Yes.
time right there, peak content.
We learned a lot. We learned a lot about ourselves. We learned a lot about minions. Stephen Tings redeeming a bear fax with bear. You have a bear fax? You don't have to.
I saved some.
Oh,
Give me a
nice.
second. Yeah. Hold on. I got you right here. Let me move this out of the way. Did you know that brown bears in the wild are mainly active at dusk and at night? They very rarely go out during the day.
Wow. I didn't know that.
There you go. There you go.
Did you know that Italy's first built heavy tank in World War I was called the Fiat 2000?
I did not know that.
Wow. Two great and equal bear facts, right alongside each other, both about bears. Thank you, Stephen Tings. We really hope you enjoyed that. Vega, shall we do an interview?
Yeah, I'm totally down for that.
Awesome.
You want to do the classic one question apiece?
Oh, I love the classic one question apiece. Let's see who they send. Want to do an interview? Send your champ to community and we will pull them into our channel by force! Exclamation point. All right.
Loki, I would assume so. I would assume so.
Did the frame of their tanks crack when they went over speed?
I'm gonna assume so.
Ah, that's so funny. I don't know. but I can find out for you.
Mm-hmm.
France sent 100 of these tanks to Italy in 1918. Wait, what? Weren't they on different sides?
Yeah, hold on.
Wasn't 1918 at the end of the war too?
Yeah, hold on.
Wait a second.
Hold on. What are we uncovering?
Yeah. Oh, or did they just built their tanks really late? Boy, early tanks look so silly. Very uncomfortable.
What were they thinking?
What? What were they thinking? They definitely weren't caught in an insane crisis war that had all the doomsday vibes. God, I would have died so goddamn fast.
Yeah, that's probably true for both of us.
Yeah, man. 100%. Very light smelting. Ah.
I think we have overheated.
Oh,
For the...
thank you. Beautiful. All right, pulling them in. Welcoming to the desk, the one, the only, the guardian of the top lane. Overheated. Welcome to the cast. Congrats on the win.
Thank you, thank you.
Now, we're going to do our famous one question apiece interviews that's only famous because we said it right now. And we'll get you in and out of here lickety split. But this one's on the house. How are you feeling after that series?
Well, let me tell you, my heart's racing. That was a nice series. The first game was a little sussy at points, but you know, we ended up pulling the win. Overall, I really appreciated everybody's comms. Everybody played very well, so I'm pretty happy with it.
Oh my God, you've been friends with Zelia since you were 12?
Oh yeah, and Happy Death as well.
Whoa, wow, they're fighting over you in the chat. You're clearly a very loved human being, and that's beautiful. Oh, and someone you don't know is just barking at you. Hey, this is my question. What are the vibes like on your team? They're a bunch of weirdos from this perspective in chat.
My question.
Yeah!
Well, you know, weirdos make the best of friends, and I would say we're very friendly. It's very, very nice vibes. Everybody's pretty chill. We don't really like, okay, no pun intended. We don't dog on each other for like mistakes or anything. Which is always great. So I love it.
That's awesome. Linoleum taking the tact of claiming that he doesn't know any of you. Seems smart. Now, Vega.
I'm gonna build on your question. Okay.
Okay.
Since you took my question.
Yeah.
I'm gonna get more specific. What is it like being in comms with Luffy when he's going for these crazy plays and doing these? In game one, like the flash engage when no one was around, it worked, but
yeah.
So what's that like?
Yeah, so it's kind of funny because like he doesn't really like yell or anything. He just kind of says, "I'm gonna do this," and then he does it, and then
Commitment.
And then it works like most of the time. Sometimes it doesn't, but most of the time it works. And everybody's like kind of on the same page, so it's not as chaotic as it would seem.
That's beautiful.
Yeah.
Well, goddamn, that's wonderful. Hey, one more freebie. You know, we didn't see the middle 10 to 15 minutes of game 2. Obviously, you guys took the lead. You snowballed, but anything crazy of note? Any play you'd want to call out in game 2?
No, it was just kind of like a solid like macro win from there. I mean, we kind of like caught them out occasionally, but there wasn't really much they could do. Just being pretty far behind. I did accidentally dive the fountain at the end.
I did see that.
So,
I did see that. You kind of got shot in the face with a big laser beam.
Yeah.
I do have one more question.
Hit him.
And this is a free. Did you know that the minions and towers look different for the two different sides?
I feel like I knew that at one point, but it completely like just went out of my noggin.
Okay.
So that's nice trivia.
Thank you. During our pause where we were having technical difficulties, we're analyzing this. And now I'm curious as to how many people know this. Because me and LeChance do not, or did not. We know now.
We're very educated. Damn scholars,
Absolutely.
I'd say. Well, Overheated, thank you so much for for joining us on the desk. Hold on, Mew Life said wait. We never do this, but let's see what Mew Life is going to say.
Okay.
We are waiting.
Thank you for your patience, Overheated. Your
Yeah,
kindness
no problem.
knows no bounds. All right, Mew Life.
A
Oh,
breakdown. You have to look at the VOD. We did spend about 10 minutes reviewing.
it's a good chunk of the stream, I'm not going to lie.
There's a lot of video of us looking at minions, looking at towers, looking at cannon minions. And
Yep.
even when we return to the game, the first thing we do once the stream is back, we look at a super
We
minion
did, we
to
did.
see what it looks like.
We did. We had to investigate the super minions. Ew, you know, they're in mechs. And then we talked about G Gundam for a couple minutes. Overheated. Don't worry about watching the VOD for game 2. I don't know how much you'll learn
about
from
that
it. Hey, man. Thanks for joining us up here.
Thanks for having me.
Of course. We hope to hear from you again. We wish you continued success. And I hope you have a wonderful night and a wonderful rest of your life.
You as well.
Thank you.
All right. See ya.
That was Overheated. Top laner for Naughty Dogs. Very nice person. You know, seems like an all-around great guy. Vega, this has been, I think, relatively unhinged.
Yes, it has. But sometimes, you know, we're known to do that. You know, we lock in when we have to, but you know, this has
Yeah.
been, we're casting one of the most unhinged teams in LBLCS. So it felt almost, you know, accurate to match that energy, you know. And also, I moved furniture and then immediately down to beer within about 5 minutes of starting the cast. So I think it's, you know,
Yeah,
it was
dude.
good vibes. Good
Yeah,
vibes.
you had a busy, very busy evening. Hustling all over the city. Well, a big thank you to all the wonderful staff, the low budget LCS, all the clicking and clacking that you guys do. Oh, there is something very cool and secret that will happen at some point soon, which you'll know about when it happens, because we'll talk about it. But just know that there's secret stuff. I'm going to tell Vega after the stream, but I can't say it right now. Yeah, Vig, anything you want to say? Anything you want to promote? Any TV shows, shoes, drinks, toppings on ice cream that you think it's worthwhile to tell the people at home about?
I'm gonna recommend it. I'm not gonna recommend. I'm gonna say that I'm gonna watch something that's very divisive. But I'm just gonna say it. I kind of enjoyed it. I enjoyed the season 1, season 2 of Rings of Power starting. You know, this week. I like it. You got to disconnect yourself a little bit
Sure.
and just watch it and enjoy it for what it is. But yeah, that's gonna be my. I'm looking forward to that.
That's awesome. I haven't seen season 1 or season 2, so maybe I'll go on that adventure. I'm gonna recommend a toasted almond macaroon ice cream sandwich. I was at a wedding this last weekend.
Oh,
One was there.
that sounds so good.
Dude, it was amazing. It was the size of my goddamn fist.
Oh my god.
Yeah. So if you can find one of those, go do it. Because it was great. Well, we're gonna raid Captain Flowers.
As is tradition.
As is tradition, I think he's also streaming on Tuesday nights. So, you know, our continued sort of Captain Flowers doctrine will remain in effect. Folks,
Beautiful.
we'll see you later. Uh-oh, I pressed the wrong button. Hold on. Raid
Nope.
channel. Search. Captain Flowers. Beautiful. All right, folks, stick around for the raid. We will talk to you later. Have a wonderful rest of your night.